Hey guys, it's Christian Singh here back from CNH Simons for another video. This one deals solely with gun parts and guns as well too, because I'm no longer making the videos for these Mo repair. So this one deals with your Mosin and your SKSs. This deals specifically with the bolt and the bolt head piece of your gun. Basically, most of you out there, if you do have a Mosin or something like that, if you have multiple Mosin you probably ran into the problem where you either had a bolt that was hard to close or hard to open out there for your gun. And I have a highly recommended solution for the first one, the hard to close on a round when it's chambered. You know, whenever you put your bolt in there and you got a live chambered around, you want to try closing, it's having a hard time going over the rim on or for that. And I found one issue right here that will work perfectly fine for it. Basically, if you do have a hard time closing a round on the or a hard time closing a bolt on a round, it's always best to at least clean up the chamber, clean up the chamber face, clean up the extractor cut groove on the inside of the receiver in there as well too. Just make sure all that's clean. And if you have any other problems like that, you may have a small burr somewhere around a lip possibly as well too. But this one deals specifically for the issues me and a buddy of mine was having with our guns over here. Basically, your extractor sticks out of here about, I don't know, about maybe let me see here. Your extractor is on the outside of your area where your rimmed part fits on here, and where it's actually situates is whenever you go to lock up your bolt in the gun, it's basically sitting like this inside the gun. So whenever you push it up forwards and you rotate it to lock it in position like so, the problem is your extractor right here has to overcome the rimmed lip of the rear of the cartridge on it, and if it cannot do that, or if it's very difficult to do that, you'll have a hell of a time trying to close the bolt on the cartridge itself and have a hard time cycling it because of that. Well, I find that the reason why my buddy of mine was doing the same thing. Your extractor on here, most of these extractors come from Russia and stuff like that. They tend to be, they have a lot of machining grooves and anything else on the parts right here, and due to wear and tear of the gun in general, they do develop grooves all on the taper part where it has a snap over top of the actual rimmed cartridge under for that. So let me show you what these ones look like right here and what they actually have basically to do to fix that problem. I'll start with how to fix it. Basically, what you want to do is either take the extractor out of the gun here, then basically you would have to have emery cloth first and foremost, and you have to have some medium fine and fine sandpaper for like doing body work on a car and stuff like that. And you want to keep on polishing this tapered part right here where the actual rim has to skip over and go down and lock into the front part of the bolt head on here. It's the same thing. I'll give you an example for the SKS. It's the same thing basically with your SKS. Your SKS got the bolt or the extractor facing on here, and it's a good idea to polish this whole area up around here as well too, so it doesn't have any problem snapping over the lip on the round part of the back of the bullet itself. So let me show you what it looks like here. Here we go. Okay, this one on my left here is a one that's supposedly a brand new extractor. Notice how you can see the small grooves. Let me see if I can get zoom in on here. See those real small grooves? You can probably barely see them on there, but it does have them on there. And those small grooves are what cause sometimes your bullet to hang up on the actual rim part right there. It basically locks in those little grooves right there and has a hell of a time overcoming them for that. And once again, this is a new extractor from Finland. Notice how the color is not silver as the Russian ones are. Next one here is a heavily used extractor and bolt head, as you see right here. The extractor itself has multiple, or it has at least two lips or two grooves on it right there. You can see them right there. Let me just try to get a better picture. There we go. They have 2 grooves, at least on the extractor itself right there, caused by multiple uses and wear and stuff like that. And because of that one, this one is hard locking up in one of my guns. And the next one here is another bolt that I put a brand new extractor in. Notice how the color is not the typical silver. It's actually got like a reddish brown plum color. So I'm partially colorblind, so I may be wrong, so forgive me for that. This is a finish extract right here. And then the bolts Russian manufactured as well too, because it has, yep, it got the air right there for that on the side. And this extractor right here, you notice how I polished it. See how it's polished right there? You can basically see it shining right there. I polished it for probably about a good hour or an hour and a half without taking it out of the bolt itself. In order to get that level of polish right there, yeah, as I said before, you'd use sandpaper, or I should say emery cloth first to take out any rough surface burrs. Then you go on to medium and medium fine, then eventually the fine sandpaper to basically hone it to a real nice shine, almost like a mirrored shine right there for that. And by doing that, when you put this thing back in your gun, it will have hardly any effort at all. But basically, what happened was my gun was very stiff for the lock, and now it's basically, I'd say on a scale of 10, it was about, I say it's about 8 on a scale of 10. Now it's only about a 2 or 3, so it definitely helped locking up the gun as well, locking the bolt into receiver on there for that. And if you compare this one right here and this one right here as well too, let me put it on the other side so you can just give a good picture. See all 3 of them. You'll see all 3 of them have varying degrees. See right here. Let me see. Here we go. Let me get a pic over here. You see these little teeny grooves all right down inside here. See these little grooves all along here, and that's what hangs up on your rimmed cartridge, and actually digs into your cartridge's rim on the back. And sometimes you see little shavings and stuff like that down inside your receiver or in the extractor groove itself. And notice how polished this is now here along the whole side. It's nice and shiny, nice and polished. You compare that to this one right here. This is a brand new extractor on here, and here is the used extractor on a Russian bowl as well too. See, it has like one groove right here, and another like a little lip right down here at the bottom. Then it has another groove up along the top up here, and that's what hangs up on your rimmed cartridge right here. If this thing is not perfectly smooth along here, or it's somewhere near smooth, it'll cause feeding problems because of that issue right there for that. And the last thing was here, it was your extractor for your SKS. Let me see if you can zoom in on this one here. Right on the front on here, didn't want to do that. The dumbass. Okay, put this back up here for you guys. Okay, get up there. There we go. 2, 3. Okay, there we go, we're back. And your extractor for your SKS over here, as I said before, you want to polish this facing on the front right up here. Just give it a nice polish with your emery cloth and medium to medium fine sandpaper along the lip, because whenever this extractor goes into the battery to slip over the actual cartridge, even though it's not a rimmed cartridge, it's still a good idea to have it easy as possible so the gun cycles and functions perfectly fine for that. So that's basically my review of how, if you're having a hard time locking up your bolt into your battery in your chamber with your Mosin Nagant, that's basically my cost-effective way of doing basically a simple job, even though it takes about an hour and a half off and on, because I didn't do it for a whole day. I basically stopped, blew the thing out, because anytime you are smoothing a surface up like that, you're going to have to blow it off with some air, or also put some brake cleaner on it when you're done, because you'll want those particles floating around down inside your gun for that. So I recommend doing that on any Mosin Nagant you have to help the overall functionality of it out of the box, if you did get it brand new or off a buddy or something like that out there. So I definitely rate it as a 2 thumbs up rating for me. So if anybody has any comments, questions, whatnot, just give me a call here, or I say just leave me a message here, and I'll try to answer any questions that you may have. I'll see you guys.